Well, hello everybody and welcome to our fall decorating marathon. I did this last year for y'all and you loved it so much and I knew that I had to do it again. So if you guys are not familiar with me, my name is Kristen Hoffman. I am a wife and a mom. I love thrifting, homemaking, and intentional living. We live in a 1900 old farmhouse, like an actual farmhouse, not like a modern farmhouse or anything like that. And it's been my joy to try to bring this place back to its original glory. I try to decorate as close to 1900 as I can. Obviously, I'm just doing what I can with what I have, and what I have is a thrift store. That's typically where I get most of my decor, but I hope that that inspires you too, that like almost everything that I'm going to be decorating with is secondhand, found on the side of the road, found at a garage sale. Listen, it's all thrifted around here, so enjoy that as well. I know we are all breaking out our boxes at this point. Listen, I know y'all are pulling out your fake pumpkins, getting all your orange stuff out. I mean, I'm not a huge orange person, but I do love fall and I love decorating our old farmhouse so that it reflects the seasons, and I love being able to do this alongside of you guys. This video is intended to be a motivation for you so that we can do this alongside one another. Decorating for fall and for Christmas are two of my all-time favorite things. I always love to ask the question, how many bins do you have for all of your fall decor? I'm always amazed at some of the answers that I get in the comments. I honestly only have about 2, but we have a bunch of like wreaths that are made out of things that can't be crumpled and whatnot. The fun thing about fall is that it's so many earthy textures. The difficult thing about fall is that it's so many earthy textures and so many things that we have could just be crushed and crumble in a second. Well, I'm not gonna take any more time. Let's get started. And if you guys are just here for the video, go ahead, grab yourself a cup of coffee and settle in, and let's get started with some motivating and inspirational fall content. Well, good morning, everybody. We are starting while it is actually still dark out. It is an early autumn morning. The weather has been cool and crisp in the mornings, and so I have been loving by starting out with my favorite cup of coffee, as well as wearing some cozy socks and a fuzzy pair of slippers. If you guys saw, the ones that I have are from Overland Sheepskin, and they are my absolute favorite. They were a little bit pricey, but I wear them almost every day in the cold weather, and they are so good. I'm making a little bit of pumpkin spice coffee, and I would love it if you grabbed a warm drink and joined me on today's video. This morning was just absolutely beautiful with pink skies and rainbows, followed by a little bit of light rain. It was just an absolute dream and the perfect way to start this video. Today is the day that I've been waiting for a long time. Y'all, it is officially the beginning of fall content. Do this by eliminating some of the blue that's in our house, and we're gonna really try to bring things back to just really more earthy colors. So we're gonna try to stick to neutrals with like hints of red and orange and yellow. I love sage green during the fall time. I actually just got a bunch of hydrangeas from our sweet neighbor. Her name is Vicky. Shout out to Vicky. And so we're gonna be placing those around here too, and just start the transition from late summer into early fall. Whether it's curling up with a drink or just taking in this crisp morning air, I love creating these little cozy corners that just help me to embrace fall in the best way that I can. So as these seasons start to change, I always start to crave those slower moments. As the air becomes crisper and these mornings become a little bit slower, I have loved integrating our new Suncrete hammock. This hammock is awesome. It's made for 2 people. I guess right now it's made for 3, but let me share a little bit about these guys. This has been such a fun addition to our yard. Assembly was really straightforward. The wooden arc stand comes in just a few main pieces and everything is clearly labeled. It only took us about 30 minutes to put this together. My husband did it mostly by himself with just a little bit of help from the girls and I. You just slide the beams into place, tighten the included hardware, and then attach the hammock using the chains and hooks. It's super simple. I thought about adding a few fall touches to it, maybe some lanterns, cozy throws, or our favorite blanket. I thought that would make our space feel like the perfect little escape right in our own backyard. However, we live at the top of a hill on the plains, and I know that these things would just get blown away instantly. And let me just say, it's so comfortable. The quilted fabric has a good amount of cushion, and the size is generous enough for 2 people. It's great for reading a book, enjoying a cup of coffee, or just watching the leaves fall. I'm sure that this is quickly to become our favorite spot. So if you're thinking about creating your own cozy outdoor retreat this fall, I can definitely recommend the Suncrete hammocks. And you get 10% off of your order over $120 with my code Suncrete2512. Sometimes it's the simplest moments, like lying under the trees, wrapped in a blanket. These are what makes the fall season feel magical. We have all of these fall candles that Antique Candle Company has sent over, and I'm trying to figure out which one I should pick to light for today. Do I go full fall or do I try to go late summer? Maybe I'll do apple butter. That sounds like a little bit more late summer and less full on fall. So something that I love to collect is vintage mugs, and I have this like compulsive urge to display them and make sure that everybody sees them because I think that they are all so cool. I've actually collected so many that I have to pull them out seasonally now. I can't just have them all out at all times. So I have like spring and summertime mugs, I've got Christmas mugs, I've got fall time mugs, and so I'm just gonna go over and I'm going to replace all of my blues and whatnots with these warm browns. And here are my cups in all of their glory, getting their moment in the spotlight, just like I love. After this, I did move into our back porch to put on a little bit of music. Let me know in the comments what some of your favorite music is in the fall time. To me, this is perfect fall music. I also love Bon Iver, Fleet Foxes, and of course, anything from Sufjan Stevens in the fall time. A sweet friend of mine had actually gifted me some flowers earlier, and instead of just throwing these out, I did decide to hang them and dry them and put them up on our antique hanging rack. I know that this is probably for towels, but I do like to hang dried flowers on it, as well as this dried, I believe it's rosemary, that I have here. It's funny because as I was putting this all together, I was listening to parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Okay, so like I said earlier, our kind neighbor allows us to go to her massive hydrangea bush. Like literally this thing is taller than her house, and allows us to come and grab some blooms. You guys, even with all of these gone, you can't even see a difference in her bush. It's that big. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of like sprinkle these around the house, you know, give everything that like pretty little fall look. As you guys can see these up close, they are so pretty. They're really soft right now, and these should stay green forever. Like I'm not even gonna place these in water. I'm just gonna place them directly into like baskets and crocks and whatnot around here. But I just thought I would give y'all a little up close because they are so beautiful. Okay, so while we're in the kitchen, I'm gonna go ahead and bake some banana bread. Now I know that this isn't like a fall recipe by any means, but y'all, I got some old bananas and we gotta use them. So I might as well make some. You guys, this recipe is called So Easy. It's bananas. If you just look it up online, it's like literally the easiest recipe ever. So let's go ahead and make some of that real quick. I'd say they're ready if you ask me. Okay, for this banana bread, it's super easy. You just use like 1 stick or 8 ounces of butter, as you see here. Then I'm pulling out the sugar. It just asks for 1 cup. I couldn't fit my 1 cup in this, so instead I just used 2/3, and I figured that's enough sugar. There's a lot of sugar in the bananas anyway. Then I put in 2 eggs and started mashing up these bananas. They were pretty old, so they were very easy to mush. But I will say that having my butter fully softened before, like not softened in the microwave, and having these bananas fairly old, it all blended together super well, and I was really happy with how this turned out. So I mixed up all of the wet ingredients and then added in about a tablespoon of salt. I just kind of guessed, as you can see here. And sorry, I meant a teaspoon. And then another teaspoon of baking soda, followed by 1 1/4 cups of flour. Blend this all together. You'll see that I pull out some walnuts and I threw some of those in there, as well as some chocolate chips. My girls love chocolate chips in their banana bread. Then you just mix it all together and put it in the oven at 350 degrees for an hour. Okay, so I'm gonna let this bake for 1 hour. The recipe says 40 to 50 minutes, but I don't trust that. I've undercooked it so many times, and mushy, gushy banana bread is just not good. But guess who just woke up? Hey, little peanut. Oh, how was your nap? Hey, buddy. Hi, are you still sleepy? You still waking up? Ugh. You tooting over here? She is where she wants to be. You want to go to Mama's bedroom? You ready? You say hi? I'm telling you, she's literally the sweetest thing. So in addition to this little one, I wanted to show you guys this Cantha quilt that I bought. Y'all, I have had this in my Amazon cart for so long, and I have wanted it for what feels like an eternity. I've probably had it in there for at least 2 years. I finally just did it. I bought it. I have asked for it for like Christmas for a couple years, and nobody has bought it for me, and so Merry Christmas to me. I love it. We actually just got these new Brooklyn green sheets. I'm going to be getting a little bit more of those and kind of doing an autumn bed here soon. But I thought that this was a beautiful transition between the blue kind of spring and summer and this like early fall. I am literally just obsessed with it. I feel like it makes our whole room come together. You ready to go do some decorating? You want to decorate the table? Yeah? Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this basket that I got last week. Yeah, I guess it was a week ago. It is humongous. I got this from a garage sale for $10, which I know is not like the best garage sale price, but it is brand spanking new. It had the tags on it when I bought it. And I just thought that for a piece that fit our huge coffee table so well, $10 is not a bad price. I also liked it because it's round, and I've heard it said that if you have a lot of square pieces in your living room, that it's good to kind of balance it with something like an organic shape or a round shape. And so I loved that this had the round, and it's very textured, which that's something that I want to lean into if possible when I decorate my home and stuff in the future. I'm trying to be better about integrating texture. So let's go ahead and keep this, and we'll bring in a few pieces and make like a little fall centerpiece for the coffee table. It doesn't need to be too busy in here just because we use this coffee table for all kinds of stuff all the time. So I brought in a few pieces. I brought in the apple butter candle that we lit, and also some of this wheat, which I know I talked about in an earlier video. I think I talked about it last year as well. But I got this from Hobby Lobby for $8.99. It was 40% off. So I don't know, do the math. Probably like a little under $6. I am going to put this in. I need to find something to put this in, but I also just got a few of our like antique books. I don't know if I'm going to use one or all of these. And I have this cute little thing. I thought maybe I could set the candle in it. I don't know, we'll see. So I'm remembering that last year I actually had this piece in here, and I'm almost wondering if that would be better because it's lower in like our sight lines for the TV, if it wouldn't be so tall, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with this, I think. Otherwise I had copper vase thing that I've been using to water our flowers, but maybe I could use this, I don't know, maybe somewhere else. Just set this in. Oh no, it just barely doesn't fit. Okay, so I'll leave this out, or maybe I can put this up on a book or something. This holds all of our coasters, so I do like to have this on here. Maybe we could use a book. Let's see if we can get some height and dimension here. My goodness, I don't know if this is even a good idea. Here's a second candle. 2 candles, is that crazy? Should I just have one on the book and one down? Maybe a smaller book? Hi, baby. Okay, so I could film her all day long, but I'm gonna say that this is kind of where we landed with this. So I'm not 100% sure if it's a solid composition, whatever you want to call it. It is 4 items and not 5. Whoa, but I don't know. I think it looks okay. I think we'll keep it for now. Okay, so this is gonna sound silly, but I actually love when the seasons change because I have such a terrible memory. And when I pull out my seasonal decor, it's almost like Christmas every year. It's like Christmas every year. Anyway, I just pulled down a couple of like kind of fall themed blankets. I'm gonna go ahead and put these on our couches and take up all of our spring like quilts and whatnot. As far as these blue pillows, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do about these. They're very much spring, and I usually take out all of the blue come fall and winter. I guess last year I think I just had these 4 pillows. Maybe I'll just do that again this year. I love these like cable knit blankets for this time of year as well. Y'all, and we always have surprises. Magnet tiles everywhere. I wanted to say thank you to everybody who has been praying for me with my mom brain that has been driving me crazy. Y'all have been such an encouragement to me, and that really means a lot. I saw that in James 1:5 it says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him." So y'all, I am just praying for wisdom and for the words to speak, and I thank you guys so much for sticking around with me through this like insane season of my life. This community really means the world to me, so thank you. Okay, well, the timer just went off and the banana bread is done. The baby's crying, so let's get this out so we can go handle her. Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Y'all, we are going to be making some changes today, but I will admit, it's been kind of a hard morning. Everybody's home today. It's just literally been madness. We're trying to get the house cleaned, all this kind of stuff, but I also have some new stuff that I want to integrate into our home. It's just kind of like sitting everywhere, and I would like to get things put together a little bit. So I actually am going to be switching out our kitchen table. So let me tell you guys a little bit about this. Okay, so here is our precious little kitchen table that we have loved so much. So I purchased this when we moved into our house. I don't know, maybe about like 2.5, 3 years ago, I purchased this. I purchased it before we moved in because I knew that we were going to be needing a table about this size in here. It has served us so well. I have these chairs that I love, like love, love, love. These are my favorite. My husband is not a huge fan of them just because they're not like the sturdiest. But listen, they've held us all so far, so we can't complain too much. I have these little what do you call them, cushions that are on these, and of course they're always dirty. but I have talked about recently that we got this new stool over here because currently we have 5 people who sit at our table and this table only fits 4 chairs. So basically I've been looking for a table that looks like it would go in our kitchen, one that is kind of like antique. I have been so unsuccessful. I've been looking for probably over a year, and y'all know me, like I'm on Marketplace and I want it to be like a specific, hi. I want it to be like a specific look. I want it to be in a specific price point. Like I did not want to be spending hundreds of dollars on a new kitchen table. And so I finally found something recently. It came up on my Facebook Marketplace. I'll show you the listing right here. You guys, I think that one of my tips for looking for things on Facebook Marketplace is to look for things that look beautiful but have less than great photography. So this one, I'm pretty sure it only had like 1 picture, but the price was $150 for this antique table and 6, I don't know if they're antique, but they're kind of like a French style. They're for sure vintage, if not antique chairs. We're gonna go ahead and bring this table out, and we're gonna bring in the new table and possibly even the chairs to kind of see how they look. But I will be really sad to see these not be in our kitchen. I have 2 more that I bought that I know I showed you guys like a year ago that I plan on staining to kind of match these, because it's literally the exact same chair. It just has different staining on it. Here, I'll show you. There's one over in Ivy's room. I bought these with the plans to stain them and hopefully make them look, I'm like tripping over blocks on the floor. There you go. But you can see that they're like a little bit more orange. So I bought these with the intention of staining them and bringing them in with whatever new table we bought. But the fact that the other one has 6 chairs that are already put together, they're also kind of like that thatch bottom, and they all match each other. And so I'm a little bit tempted to maybe go that route. I don't know. I'm gonna pull it all in and we can look at it together and see what we think is the best option for the family. So these are the chairs that came with the table. You guys can see that they also have like this thatch bottom to them. So here are these compared to these. I think I like this style better. But like I said, I've got 6 of these that match. So I'm just gonna see how they look in our space. And if I choose to let go of them, then honestly, I could probably sell the 6 of them for $150 and honestly get this table for free. All right, so I figured I would show you guys a little up close of the table. I will say that it is kind of bigger than I expected, but you know, it is what we need for our family. On either side, it does have these little drawers that come out, which is kind of cool. Babe, you're gonna be bummed to see this. Look.
Yeah. Big boys don't like wobbly chairs.
Okay, so here is the official after. So I'll give you guys a look at these chairs. I can't remember how they were listed, but they were like French provincial or something, I think that is what they said online. And I really do think that they are cute, but they may be a little bit more ornate than the direction that I'm going. But like I said, I do like that they match, but they're also very tall. Like I'm trying to show you guys kind of how they look in our kitchen and the room that we have in our kitchen. I don't know, I'm feeling really torn right now. So this one seems pretty sturdy. The others seem not good, not bad, if that makes sense. I'm just trying to weigh the pros and cons of like keeping these and getting rid of some of them. So maybe I should keep 2 and have the others be these, but I hate splitting up all 6 of them. Okay, wait. I am in the middle of editing right now and I'm looking up what these chairs are worth online. And y'all, these things go anywhere from $1,500 to $4,000. And I just thought I had to like quick show that to y'all. I guess I should put them up for more than like $150. I know it might look a little bit big and clunky, but this is kind of what we are gonna need for the future. And I know you could say, just eat in your dining room whenever you guys eat, but honestly, we are kind of kitchen people. I will say that the color of the table is not my favorite. Maybe one day I could maybe sand it and get it back to like a lighter color. But for now, I mean, this is where we're at. Okay, and this is what it looks like with our original chairs. I think that this is probably the route that I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see if I can stain these to be a darker color to match these 4 that we've had in here since we moved in. I just feel like with kind of trying to go with the more primitive route, I feel like these definitely look a little bit more primitive, whereas these are a little bit more ornate. I also like that the tops of these aren't so tall. I feel like it makes it look a little bit less bulky in this room. And I think that if I were to go the other route, I would regret it. So we're gonna go ahead and move forward with these. Okay, y'all, I feel like I'm getting so much better at just like mixing patterns and textures. So you guys can see here, we've got this nice block pattern and then this beautiful texture of this quilt mixed with the striped linens with patterns. We've got this little waffle knit lumbar pillow and then the green moss in the back. And I am honestly loving this all together. So recently our church decided to start a new tradition and they started this new thing called the Redemption Festival. In addition to multiple gatherings, this is an 8-day festival in our homes that we will read biblical accounts, we pray, we reflect, and then we put our faith into action. In addition to this, they provide a devotional. I can link the PDF version below, but I was reading about Psalm 8 in here. It talks about the amazing world that God made and our place in it. Similar to the story of creation in Genesis, it admires the beauty of the skies, reminding us how God created the stars and planets. It also thinks about our job as caretakers of the world, just like Adam's role in the Garden of Eden. Psalm 8 says, "O Lord, our Lord, your majestic name fills the earth. Your glory is higher than the heavens. You have taught children and infants to tell of your strength, silencing your enemies and all who oppose you. When I look at the night sky and see the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you set in place, what are mere mortals that you should think about them? Human beings that you should care for them? Yet you made them only a little lower than God and crowned them with glory and honor. You gave them charge of everything you made, putting all things under their authority. The flocks and the herds and all the wild animals, the birds in the sky, the fish in the sea, and everything that swims the ocean currents. O Lord, your majestic name fills the earth." And I loved the evening prayer that came with it. It says, "Heavenly Father, when I consider the vastness of your creation, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you have set in place, I am in awe of your majesty and wonder. Who am I that you are mindful of me, that you care for me with such tender love? You have made me a little lower than the angels and crowned me with glory and honor. You have given me dominion over the works of your hands, entrusting me with the stewardship of this beautiful earth. I praise you, Lord, for your magnificent creation and for the dignity and responsibility that you have bestowed upon me. Lord, help me to live in a way that honors this sacred trust. Guide me to reflect your glory and majesty in my daily life, treating all of creation with the care that it deserves, and treating your prized creation, the people made in your image, with the respect and love that they deserve. May I always be mindful of your presence and your immense love for me, striving to live in a way that brings glory to your name. O Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. Amen. So Rosie is helping me out with baby Lily. We are practicing giving her a bottle for the first time. How's she doing?
Very good. She's drank about all of this.
Is she pretty cute when she does it?
Yeah, she's falling asleep.
Yeah. So I also wanted to show you guys these pillows that I picked up from Home Goods. That's right, the other day. I was kind of looking for something that had these nice muted colors that would go with these pillows as well. I also got these pillow covers off of Amazon recently. These I am like 100% sure that I'm gonna keep. It almost looks kind of like the Cantha quilt that I have on the bed over here, but I love it. It's this pretty like autumn brown-ish reddish color. So I actually got two other pillow covers that look kind of like this, but they are a little bit different as well. And so I'll be adding those in whenever they get here. But I just thought I would show you guys these. I'm keeping the tags on these just because
She doesn't know if you're gonna.
yeah, I'm gonna see if I like them and if I want to keep them. The only thing about these is that I love the block print, but it's really large. And with the more primitive look that I'm kind of going for, I don't know if large prints like this are really appropriate. I don't know. So I'm kind of just keeping the tags on and working with them. So yeah, that's one of our new additions. Okay, so another change that I was thinking about making is this chair that's right here. It replaced a little rocker that was kind of the same, but I will say that it has kind of like a reddish tone to it and it looks like a reproduction, which it is. I was thinking that I would replace this with one of my actual antiques that I keep in my bedroom. I actually like this chair better, but I keep it in there because there's also ones over in the dining room and they're kind of both in the same sight lines. Anyway, I think I'm actually gonna bring that one from there and here and kind of like swap the two just to give it a little bit more like real antique look in here. Okay, so I know that this is like a very slight change, but I actually really prefer this. So I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. So I brought this one into our bedroom. I just set it right here. I figured with like all of the browns right here in our dresser and then the picture, it kind of matches the browns over here with the picture and all that. So I don't know, y'all. I'm just guessing over here. I was on Marketplace recently and I found this beautiful print. It's of a mother caring for her baby and her child. And I just thought it was so beautiful. You guys know that I really like these kind of like dark and moody prints. That's kind of been where I've been going with my art lately. I've been trying to figure out a place to put this. And the two spots that I thought it may go well would be, first of all, maybe it could go nicely here over our television. And the other spot that I was considering is right here over our like pantry area. So I'm not 100% sure what is going to be best. I do feel like that painting is a little bit small, but I like that painting for our home better than the painting that's over the television. So I'm kind of considering maybe trying to switch out this one with the one over the TV and then trying this painting here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start on this. Okay, so I do like it in here. I think I like it in this room, particularly because it kind of goes along with my Whistler's Mother painting and my Grace painting or prints. And I feel like it kind of has a unified look. So I think that this is probably the way that I'm gonna go with this. So let me try this other print over the TV. Hey, you little girl. Oh, I told y'all she has been just attached to me today. Did you just wake up? Did you just wake up? So as you guys can see here, we've got this print over our television. I actually love this print. I love the colors in it. I will say that it's a little bit more mid-century than any of the other paintings that we have around this area of our house. I think that it fits really well on this wall. It has a nice negative space around it. However, it does look a little bit, I don't know, just like straight up and down paired with this massive television that my husband insists on keeping in this room. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try out this other painting and see if I like how it looks a little bit better. Okay, does this look better? I can't tell. I'm not sure if it's like just looking too high in the room. Remember what I said about artwork is best at eye level? Here is the thing, is that I also have these two paintings right here. And just for visual balance, I like for these two to be like somewhat even with each other. Gosh, I feel like that still looks too high though. Oh, I don't know what to do. Y'all, I'm not a professional at this, okay? I think I might need to find a different place for it. Dang it. Okay, so I'm feeling a lot better about this game of musical prints. So the pantry one came over here. This one came above our little medicine cabinet thing right here over our lovely toilet. I actually brought a turkey print from our bedroom up and put it above the TV. I think it's feeling good. I feel like this feels a little bit more in line with the time period that I am trying to decorate for, which is early American. And I'm trying to go a little bit further from the whole like mid-century. Sorry, I'm like leaning over laundry baskets. Okay, and because I can't stop, I put it here. So because I don't have the strength to try to figure this out with the gallery wall at this point, I think I am just gonna bring it into here. I feel like the greens go nicely with our bed and everything right now. And I feel like the color tones go with this room. So I think I'm just gonna leave it here for the moment. It's still pretty cute. Love this bird. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my dining room. Y'all, today we are getting started on some fall decorating. And I've got Lily with me today. Can you say hi? I just realized that I dressed us both in harvest gold today. And you're harvest gold too, aren't you? It's a matching moment. So truthfully, I was supposed to start this video yesterday, but it literally took me all day to get my house clean enough to have like a nice clean slate for us to start on this YouTube video. Also, I had to pull out all of my fall decorations from last year, and I wanted to show you guys a few things that I got this year. I have not been as good as I should have been. Honestly, I kind of made the mistake of not checking my current inventory before going into Hobby Lobby, I have a little fall decor haul for you of what I found at the stores and online, and I thought y'all might want to see it. So I know, I'm bad. We're bad. But you know what? It's okay to splurge every once in a while. We're mostly using existing decor. So let's go ahead and I'll show y'all a little bit of what I got. Okay, we're gonna see if Lily will let us set her down for this part.
You've been a little needy lately. Do you love Mama? Yeah.
Okay, people, well, we are starting over here in the living room, and I have to tell y'all, I went to a lodge recently that was decorated in like literally my favorite style ever, and I wish that I could have taken pictures, but I was not allowed to. It was at the silent retreat that I went to, and pictures are not allowed, and so I couldn't take pictures of it. But while I was there, I was like really studying the architecture and design of these lodges that I was in, and they were all like super rustic, super beautiful. So when I was looking at the design, I noticed a lot of Kilim pillows, which you guys know that I have had some. Oh, hello, as I trip. You guys know that I bought some from the Goodwill outlet a couple of years ago, including this guy right here. This is my favorite one of all the ones that we had, even though it's like a little lumbar pillow, but I liked how it fit right here. But I noticed that they use these a lot, and they use them in like neutral colors. Well, I went to Home Goods recently, and you guys remember me talking about this in my recent video, that the Kilim pillows that they had at Home Goods were so expensive. They were minimum $40, somewhere upwards of $50 a pillow there. And y'all, I went on Etsy. I kind of went on a shopping spree, I'm not gonna lie. There was like a minimum charge for free shipping. They were so cheap that I kind of just went nuts and bought a ton of these beautiful Kilim pillows. So I wanted to show them to you. First of all, I got this little guy here. I didn't actually have a pillow that was this same size. This is an 8x16. So I had some like old like dog towels, you know what I mean? Like towels that we used to have that we don't use anymore. And I just rolled them up and I put them in all of these 8x16s that I bought. I also found this one, which is a 16x20, and I just stuck one of our existing pillows in it. And you guys, these were all like, oh gosh, I don't even know. I think the max price that I spent on these was like $12, but some of them were like $4 for these covers, and they're so beautiful. They're made from real like Persian and Turkish rugs. They're just so cool. I know I told you guys that I bought these off of Amazon recently, and I can link them below. Loving them so much. In addition, I got this other Kilim pillow here. I think it's technically supposed to have the stripes going this way, but I like them better going vertically. But I just thought it was so pretty. The only thing that I don't love about them is they're not the most comfortable. Like they're a little bit scratchy, but this is usually where I sit on the couch, and I just kept this like non-scratchy one in front of it, so it doesn't bother me. And then these are just down by my feet. I just put my feet right here. So listen, it's not for everybody, but it's for me. Y'all saw that I have my lamp here that was in my fall haul. I think I'm loving it. Do you love it? Anyway, oh my gosh. And then, okay, also with each order, they gave us like a little gift. So I ordered from 3 different companies, and they all sent little gifts. So one of them sent, actually 2 of them sent coasters. I'll show you some of the other ones. One of them sent like a stocking, which was kind of cool. I told you guys that I was ordering other pillows that are similar to these, and that is these. They have this like pretty kind of traditional Indian print on them. I also love them. I have one here in one of our bedroom. And then they had this one, which I think is so cool. My husband's like, they look like they've got like stains on them. And I said, that's part of the charm of Kilim pillows, okay? And then my favorite one probably is just this little one that I put right here. Isn't that so pretty? Y'all, this one I think was $4. You can't beat it. Listen, that's better than the dollar spot. And the last one that I have is just over here on our chair. It matches the other one. These I think were about $20 a piece. So I told y'all I went a little bit crazy. Please don't judge me for spending a little bit of money on home decor. I'm obsessed with these, okay? I have no regrets and we're not going back. So I should have checked my existing foliage, which I did not, but I went a little bit crazy at Hobby Lobby the other day. And by crazy, I mean like just moderately crazy. But I told y'all that mice have eaten my very favorite wreath that I have, which is like a wheat wreath. And I went to try to reorder it and it is not available right now. So I did buy this little wreath right here and I bought some foliage to put on it. And at first I wasn't sure about it, but then when Rosie saw it, she said it was gonna look really cool. And so, you know, who am I to doubt my 8-year-old child on what would look cool? But I was thinking that since I don't have a wheat wreath, maybe I could put this in here and kind of like wrap it around. I don't know, that's a craft for another day, but I wanted to show you the stems that I did get. Oh no, baby's getting sad. Y'all, this is just a story of my YouTube recording these days. I swear every 5 seconds I'm being interrupted and having to help somebody or a blowout or nursing or something like that. So if y'all have ever been in the season of constant interruption, let me know below because I could use a little solidarity right now. This is hard these days. Look at this dog. You look like a swan, buddy. You look like a swan. Say hi, baby. Hi. Who's that baby? You see the baby? Who's that baby? So this wreath was $5.99 and this stem was $7.99, but all of the stems were 40% off, I believe. So these are the other ones that I picked out. I got this. It's actually kind of similar to these. I really liked that look. It's not quite like real wheat, obviously, but it's kind of cool. I liked the color. I got this piece here just because I really liked the green that was in it. It kind of broke up all of the yellows and browns. I found these. I thought that these were so cute. I just love that like mustardy yellow color this time of year with that kind of almost purpley deep brown red color behind it. And then these I loved. Oh, let me see. This one was 40% off of $9.99, 40% off of $8.99, and 40% off of $5.99. And then these, I got 3 of them. And these were 40% off of $6.99. So I thought that these could be really beautiful in my ironstone pitcher right here. And I told y'all that I was interested in some wheat. And I showed you guys this from before. It's 40% off of $8.99. And this was from Hobby Lobby, but it is a little bit green and I was kind of hoping for more of like a gold. Well, I went and returned those pillows that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago from Home Goods. And when I was there, I found this beautiful bundle of like a gold wheat. And I think it was a little bit more expensive. It was $12.99, so kind of a lot. Listen, we're comparing it to $20, okay? So I actually feel like these stems turned out very lovely, and I hope y'all agree, but I usually am a fan of real stems as opposed to faux stems, as y'all can see in my bounty right here. But I feel like as far as fake stems go, they look pretty good. Okay, well, I actually need some help from you guys as my YouTube community because I'm in a little bit of a pickle here. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but there is a giant hole in our wall right here that used to hold our big paintings that are resting down here. I nailed a hole in here when we first moved into this house, and it worked fine. But the nail fell out and so did the painting. And it crashed to the ground and it completely broke. All of the frame came off. All I have is the little painting that was in the frame before, right here. Oh my gosh, there's an enormous spider on it. That's terrifying. I have another frame that's right here. I might put this one over the mantle for now. But I ultimately would love to get another picture up here. I have tried even the heaviest duty command hooks and everything has fallen. It's a plaster wall with what I'm pretty sure is metal behind it. It's like the side of the house. So when I try to nail things in, the furthest that it goes is just the width of the plaster before it hits the metal on the other side. So I am asking you guys, as my YouTube community, if you have any suggestions for me as to how to hang a picture on a wall with this situation, I would love to know, because this just seems so big and blank to me and I would love to get something up there again. But for now, let's address these little white flowers over here in the corner and put in some of the new stems that we got. Okay, I gotta work this baby, this ain't happening. Okay, y'all, well, we're struggling today, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap little baby Lily up. Hopefully being close to mama constantly will help her feel a little bit better. Well, let me just tell you this. I hope you know that this house does not always look clean. In fact, it took me an entire day yesterday when I was planning on filming just to get this house ready to film. With the joys of family life come the joys of interruptions all the time. And fussy babies, all of that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't be here if I didn't love making this content for y'all. It's just gonna be a lot sometimes, but we're gonna keep moving because it took me so long to get this house ready for this, and y'all, life goes on sometimes, so we're gonna keep going and hopefully she feels better. So I could apologize for the baby fusses, but this is our real life, this is our real home, this is my real time, which is constantly interrupted by babies. So let's keep moving on. Let me bring y'all over here to my fireplace mantle. Okay, first of all, my fall fireplace mantle video from last year was one of my best performing videos like of all time. I have no idea why. It was not one of my best videos. This is what we've got going on right now. I have to admit, I'm kind of over it. I don't know how I feel about these frames. I never got the pictures in that I was hoping to do in these. And I'm thinking about maybe just doing something different and selling the frames. I don't know. I did bring in these little orangish brownish books to put under our little picture here. I actually feel like these dried florals could be really beautiful for fall. I don't feel like purple is a bad color, but I might bring it back next spring instead and bring in maybe some of the wheat and stuff that I had purchased and bring that in here instead. Oh my gosh, okay, and also these are those little coasters that the Kilim pillow cover company sent. Aren't these so cool? I love these better than the coasters we currently have. So they gave us these two and this one, which is probably my favorite. And then I also have one kind of as a base for our candle that we have over here. This one's just like a brown. I don't know if I'm gonna do a full-on mantle thing right now, but maybe I should. Why not? Let's do it. So it may not always be apparent on here, but we've actually been in a season where we just have a lot going on. I hate to use the word busy, but that is the only thing that really describes it. And it's been a little bit stressful on me personally. I came back to one of my very favorite passages. It's Matthew 11:28-30. This says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So she's finally asleep. Poor baby girl. I'm gonna go ahead and lay her down. So I say these things because I want to make sure that y'all know that I am not somebody who is speaking as somebody who's like, quote, made it. Oftentimes the scripture references and things that I talk about are things that I myself am learning, and even if I have not perfectly put them into practice, they're things that I need to hear myself. So I just hope that Bible readings like this are as helpful for you as they have been for me. It doesn't look right. I might have to use, there's some rubber bands on here. I might have to use some of these to just kind of like keep it together because it's way too chunky. Okay, maybe I should put these in the other one. Okay, so the reason why I'm switching these out is because number one, these were way easier to cut. There's a lot less of them. Number two, these are so big, I'm nervous about them with the candles over there. And there's no real candles on this pantry over here. So I'm gonna put these in here and put these up. Y'all, I'm sorry about this. Now I'm gonna cut these a little bit shorter so that they don't fall all over the place as much. I'm making the biggest mess. Wait till I spend all this money on wheat just to like have all of this go wrong. Okay, that looks a lot better. Y'all, look what just arrived. Okay, so I'm super excited for these to get here. I ordered these seat cushions off of At Home. I like scoured the internet trying to find ones I liked. All of the ones that I loved were honestly like $30 to $40 a seat cushion, and I looked and looked and looked, and finally I found these. And I think that they were around $10 a cushion. So I'm really excited to check them out and see how they look, and to finally have seat cushions that match for all of these chairs. Y'all, oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, so these were, you can see, $9.99. Aren't they pretty? I was looking for kind of like a farmhousey style. I like the tufted kind. I think that these are gonna look really good on these chairs. Let's put them on. I'm too excited. I can't wait. And of course our old ones have, you know, food all over them, so that's cute. I like that these are made of 100% cotton, because the ones that we had before, these are from IKEA. I'm pretty sure that they're just polyester, but honestly, they've been okay. They've served us well, and they've washed up well. So the only thing that I'm a little bit nervous about is that these tend to hide a lot of stains because they're brownish, and these being white and blue, or like cream and blue, I'm like nervous that they're going to show everything. I'm leaving the tags on for now just because I'm one of those people that is always changing her mind. I want to be able to return these if we use them for a little bit and they wind up not working for us. But I'm also just being silly because I'm nearly 100% sure that we're going to be keeping these. They are absolutely beautiful, and I can't find any fault in them so far. I actually like that they're striped too, that there's like a little bit of like a texture and a pattern to them. I feel like that's going to be really helpful in hiding food stains, because Lord knows we got a lot of food stains in this family. Okay, here we go. Again, I still need to like stain these so that they all match, but I think that these are looking so cute, especially the fact that they have like these little tie backs. I feel like that in comparison to the Velcro backs looks so cute and like country looking. Y'all, I'm like almost positive that we're just gonna end up keeping these. I did want to bring in some of these real dried pieces in with our fake stuff. Look, I literally bought this last year on clearance at the thrift store, and then I found some real ones on the side of the road like the next day. So I may not be using this one this year, but I'm trying to figure out a way to integrate these as well. I don't want it to get too crazy around here, but I also don't want to waste them. So I always feel a little bit conflicted because I pull out, I might actually just get rid of these little guys, but I pull out these Cosmos every year because I love them so much. I usually bring them out in the springtime, but realistically, our Cosmos, like these white babies right here, it is full on September and they are in full bloom. And so maybe I'll use these faux ones and mix them with the some of my dried flowers. Hey babe, hi. You wanna help me decorate?
Yeah.
Listen, this girl is the decorating queen. You're the queen. Your hair looks a little crazy.
I know.
Mama, have an apple.
Yes, of course.
Are these real or fake?
These ones are fake.
They look real.
So I might actually just like mix these with some of my faux ones over here. Okay, so you guys can see that these are actually hydrangeas from last year. And look at that, it's been an entire year and they still look brand new. I love how these things keep so well.
I love how this thing tastes so good.
Yeah. You like those?
I'm not cute.
You're cute. Y'all, the mice also got into this, which is funny because remember how I was wondering what kind of like wheat that faux plant was? It's this. Take a look. You see the shape of the pods? Whatever they are. Anyway, I'm annoyed because clearly the mice had gotten to this as well, but it wasn't as easy for them to get as my wreath. But it is certainly falling all over the place.
These little owls are so cute.
They are. I like that. How much is it?
It is $7.99.
$7.99.
A little expensive for a little wooden owl.
Okay, so side note, I have been obsessed with Kilim pillows lately. You can see here that Loloi actually just came out with their own line, but as you can see also, these are like $40 a piece, which is just kind of a lot. And so I actually found some really good sources online that have beautiful ones, and I actually ordered a few, so I'm excited to show those to you here soon. But I was in love with this pillow section, as you guys can see, because I'm spending so much time here. Especially the Indian pillows are always my favorite. I actually picked up a couple here that you'll see, and I'm still not sure if I'm going to keep them or not. I would have loved to go to an antique shop, but we actually had to do some returns at Home Goods, and they had some of the cutest stuff, and our girls really enjoyed seeing all the fun items that they had to offer, so I thought I would show you guys. Yeah, baby. Okay.
It's a really good smelling candy.
What's the smell? Does it say underneath what it is?
It's pumpkin spice.
Ooh, yum.
Mommy, I found something you might like. It's a little pumpkin with flowers.
It's so pretty. Very cool, Rose.
Can you show Mommy your baby's face?
Who is that?
Baby Yoda.
That's Baby Yoda. Let me see him.
Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda.
Y'all, these plates were my all-time favorite thing that I saw here on this day, but let's just be honest, I do not need more plates, especially when they're not antique. All right, well, here we are the next day. Just kidding. It has been a week. All of the stuff is still all over my dining room, all of our decorations and whatnot. Listen, we got a lot going on here, people, okay? We got celebrations, we've got fall festivals, birthdays, all that good stuff. I didn't finish last week, and so it all just stayed right here. I mentioned last week that I was going to have some like fall crafts. I think I said crafts, which is wrong. It's more of like DIY projects that I have of things that I've really wanted to get done for a long time, and I wanted to get these done before we did like a fall home tour or whatnot. So I have a cornucopia, a myriad, if you will, of crafts, of DIY projects on our table. And I'm gonna run through them all with you. I'm just praying that we can actually get these done in this video because that would be incredible. I wanna show y'all these lamps. I think I told you that I got these at a garage sale. I got them both for $10. I wound up finding these lampshades for $3.99 a piece. So they're not really the lampshades that I want for these lamps, but I looked up umpire style, I think that's what they're called, empire style lampshades, and on Amazon they are insanely expensive, and at Target, everywhere. And so listen, I could either go for like $35-40 a shade, or I could go for $3.99 a shade, and we're gonna go with $3.99. You can see that they have kind of like these little seeds in them, so maybe that's fall content, right? Fall. Second, I showed you guys this painting recently that fell off of right here. The whole frame cracked and everything, and I just don't want to waste it, y'all. You can see here that it has gotten pretty blue and like sun damaged, and I would like for it to remain in our dining room. But I showed you recently that I have this painting up here, and then Whistler's Mother and Grace. As you all can see, that these almost all have kind of like a tea stain to them, if you want to call it that. So like where the whites are more of like a yellowish beigeish color. Because this painting is so sun damaged, I was like, you know what? If I tried something, it can only go up from here, right? The frame is already busted and gone, and the picture's already damaged. So I'm gonna do a little DIY experiment. I did not look this up. I am just gonna be experimenting on my own to try to make this painting look closer to this. All right, next, my coffee cup. I have a duck. I bought this duck from the Goodwill maybe 6 months ago. It was $3.99. And I like it. Like, I love that duck decoy look. And for a while I was like, man, I don't want to paint over that brass bill. But y'all, this isn't real brass. I don't know what I'm thinking. So I don't mind the patina on the back. I actually think it looks kind of nice. But personally, I would love to see if I could get this back to like the original wood, if I can. So I have some mineral spirits. We're gonna give that a whirl. I also have this shoe that has this little mushroom on it, and I would like to get that mushroom off of there too. I tried using acetone and nothing worked on that, so we'll see if it even happens.
Okay, next is the wreath. I told you I have this like grapevine wreath, and I bought some like stems from Hobby Lobby. I have this one left over from last year. I thought maybe I could use that somewhere in it. I don't know. It's gonna be a real quick DIY. Y'all, I haven't told you that the YouTube retreat kind of get together with a few other YouTubers that I went to last year. I'm actually hosting it at my house this year. And so there's just a few things that I'd like to get done before I'm hosting these lovely ladies. I will give you guys a better look at these up close. You can see that they're very like 80s looking, but they have such a nice shape. I'm planning on doing kind of a similar texture, whatnot, as I did on these here. This one and the other lamp that's in our living room. I guess I can show you that one too. This one. Anyway, I like how these turned out. I used some dirt and stuff to give it a little bit more texture. And I'm gonna be putting these in our bedroom to replace these two blue ones. I just don't feel like the blue looks right with our decor. I don't feel like this rug looks right with our decor either, but whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna spray paint these black, and then I'm gonna put a texture over them with like that baking soda method. Babies are done. You guys can see I didn't do like a perfect job on them, but I just figured they're going to be a base coat anyway, so we're just trying to get a black to be underneath the paint that we're going to be using. While these are drying, I'm going to go ahead and go inside and start in on the painting, I think, or like the print. As y'all can see, this is not like a cherished item. It's pretty much just a piece of cardboard with a print on it, but that's why I'm not too worried about destroying it if all goes wrong. Oh my goodness, look who just woke up from her nap. You say hi? Check out these little vintage bloomers. Are these not the cutest little things? Are you a happy girl? You want to help mama today? Oh, all you give me is a burp. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've used this Mod Podge. It has like a layer across the top. Ugh. This is like oddly satisfying. Okay, so I'm going to pour a good amount of Mod Podge into here. I probably won't need this much, but oh my gosh. Again, it's been a while, people. But I want to make sure that I have enough to cover this whole thing evenly. Oh my word. You guys, this is why I don't do DIYs. So I'm gonna take this Mod Podge and I'm gonna mix it with some just like brown craft paint. And I'm just gonna pour a little bit in here. I don't want to get too much, and then I'm gonna mix it in. Ooh, this might already be a bad idea. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think that this is a bad idea. Let me just test it on a little spot like this. Oh, I really don't know how this is going to look. Oh my gosh, and I'm spilling. Okay, this is off to a pretty bad start. So I'm just going to let this part right here dry, and we're just gonna have this be like our little test spot. See how this turns out. Now that I am like severely doubting myself on this project, here's the thing. I don't necessarily want to paint this just with straight up paint, because I think it is just a piece of paper that is laying and is adhered somehow to like a cardboard back. I wouldn't want it to warp the paper at all. Like, I feel like working with Mod Podge is a lot less risky for having accidents in that regard. I'm just gonna go ahead, let this dry, and then we'll check it out in like 10 minutes. So in the meantime, like I said, we got activities to do here, all right? I'm gonna work on this duck and this shoe. We're gonna take this off. Y'all, I'm just like winging it. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. Story of my life. Okay, so we've got a little bit of mineral spirits on here. Let's try it on here first to see if it does anything. All right, we've got absolutely nothing. Darn it. Okay, well, apparently it's not gonna work on this. Let's see if it'll make a difference on the duck. Okay, I've come to the conclusion that neither mineral spirits nor acetone is taking off the stain of this duck. And so we're gonna leave him the same way that he is. And I'm just gonna paint his eyes and his bill black to kind of give him a little bit more classic look and less mid-century. And for this, I'm just going super easy and taking some black acrylic paint. And I'm just gonna go over his eyes and his bill. I actually did this with one of our alligator heads as well. When the eyes were just kind of creepy, I'm like, no, I'm just gonna paint over them better already. All right, and there you have it. Not quite what I was hoping for, but certainly better. I'm coming over here to the painting that we have, and here's this little area that I did with the paint and the Mod Podge, and I actually feel like that's about what I'm going for. I can't believe that worked, especially when it looks like so speckly and stuff like this. I thought that it would dry weird, but it actually looks about right. So we're just gonna keep moving with this. Okay, what's not really helping is the fact that this Mod Podge is not new. Like, it's probably a few years old, to be honest with you. I have not used it in quite a long time. I just haven't had any projects that need it. And so it is a little bit inconsistent, but you know what? We're just gonna work with it. The cheap brush probably is not helping either. So I'm not worrying too much about like the paint strokes. You know, a lot of times when people do this method, they are trying to get some nice strokes that look like the strokes that you would use to paint the painting. And I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I'm actually gonna probably do that as like a second layer. But for now, I'm just trying to get this brown down with this first layer of Mod Podge as evenly as possible. This paintbrush is like doing me dirty. It's losing little bristles every 5 seconds. Listen, we're not about perfection here. We're just trying new things, okay? So I am running out. I only have this much left for this whole patch, so I might have to make just a little bit. Actually, I don't know. You know what? Maybe I made the perfect amount because I am the perfect YouTuber who always does the right thing the first time. I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit and we'll see how it turns out. So while this guy is drying over here, I am gonna go retrieve my lamps. All right, they are dry to the touch. So we'll bring these in and I'll start in on the baking soda method. I'm gonna use the same technique that I used last time that I did this, where I just mix the paint and the baking soda. So I'm just gonna put in a little bit. If y'all don't know, always start with a white base, even if you're going with a dark color, because so easily these things can just take over. So I'm gonna put in a little bit of brown. I try to be really sparing with black just because it, again, like I said, can so easily take over. I just have this junky paintbrush. We bought these for like actual painting, and I had a larger one that was so bad that Josh made me vow to never try to paint our walls with these ever again. So this is the perfect project for it. And then I'm just gonna toss some baking soda in that giant chunk. I like mine to be pretty rough, so I use kind of a lot of baking soda. Okay, this is starting to feel nice and thick. All right, let's move forward with this first coat. Okay, and I'm kind of like going in and stippling over some of these areas. I don't know if you can really see it, but I do want a little bit of the black to show through, but I don't want it to look like there's too many like paint strokes in there. So I'm trying to even it out by doing some stippling. Okay, here is the before and after of the first coat. It's still looking a little bit light to me. Part of me wonders if I want it to be darker. All right, so I actually brought it into our bedroom to just kind of take a look at it in the light in here. Gently set this right here. Anyway, I don't think that it looks too light now that I have it in here and it's not being compared to the fully black one. I think that this is what I want. I'm gonna take a little break from this while it's drying to come over here to this piece. Y'all, I think that it turned out so well. You guys can see that it's a lot more dark and kind of like in the similar tones as these pieces. It's still a little bit blue. Honestly, it looks so much better just in this room than I felt like it did before. So I'm gonna go over it with Mod Podge again, but this time I'm not going to mix it with any brown. I just want it to dry clear, and I'm gonna do like some stippling over the foliage, you know, maybe do some like line work over the wood boards and stuff just to make it look so it's not just like so straight painted across the whole thing as far as when it comes to like texture. Now while I'm letting the texture dry on the painting, I'm going to take what is left of my paint here and put some of it in this bowl and mix it with some more like browns and blacks and whites. And I'm gonna do a technique called dry brushing. So I'm gonna take a little bit of my paint from this one. I'm gonna put it in here, and then I'm going to mix a little bit of brown with it, I think. I think this is gonna be my first kind of color. And I'm gonna kind of like mix them together a little bit. And without a ton of paint on my brush, as you can see, I have gray on this side and some brown on the next. I'm just gonna kind of like go around this thing as best as I can. I'm trying not to be too precious and just try to bring some like variation of color into the paint. If we want this to look like stone, stone would never be just one flat color. You want to have lots of different colors in there. Okay, so here are these. After I got done painting them, I tried to do some like redder spots and darker spots and lighter spots. And I'm probably gonna do this dirt method here next before I seal them with like a poly. In the meantime, this is all dried. You can see a few of the strokes that I did, but I really don't feel like it made all that much of a difference. But all around, I feel like it's better. So I went outside and I grabbed some dirt. I'm gonna put some water in this, make it into mud, and then I'm going to put it on these lamps. Okay, these are gonna be my helpers for today. You guys wanna help me put some dirt on these lamps?
Yeah.
Okay. You just stick your hands in there. You just kind of work it on there. Doesn't need to be a ton.
It looks like Oreo. Can I rub it on this one?
Yes. Just do a nice thin layer. So here's the deal. I was gonna put some poly on these, and clearly that's not happening. So instead I'm just gonna put some Mod Podge on it and we're gonna call it a poly. Oh, but first I gotta clean this up. Listen, I got too cocky. I was thinking I wasn't gonna make mistakes today, and then here I go. Let's just hope that it'll still dry clear. Oh my gosh, who knew that this would go on like cheese? So I'm just gonna use my Mod Podge as if it's polyurethane, and we're gonna call it good. It's still disgusting. I'm just hoping that this Mod Podge is gonna seal this all in. Oh my gosh. I might be making a bigger mess. Okay, I just have to rest in the fact that this all dried perfectly fine on my painting. So we're just gonna keep moving forward. Never mind that I'm like mixing glue with dirt. I might just wait for this to dry and see how it turns out rather than just destroying everything. Oh my gosh, this poly was so bad. Look at that. It's like literally just peeling off in chunks. Oh gosh. Look at that. No. This might be how all of this reacts. Okay. Yeah, I need to get some actual poly for this. Oh my gosh. What a mess. I'm taking a break on this for now. This was an epic fail. Well, here is this guy. I'm gonna set it over here for now so I can work on our last craft for the day while I'm crying over my lamp that I ruined. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this little, what's this called, a grapevine wreath? Is that what it's called? I saw that I can just pull off these stems. And that way I won't have to use this giant stick part. And you guys, I'm probably just gonna make this like super simple by just tucking it into the grapevines. I'm not even going to attach it with glue or anything. I'm just taking pieces and like weeding them through. What do you think would be better? To do 3/4 of it and like denser like this? Or should we shoot for like going all the way around the entire thing? Because I think we actually have enough to do that if we need to. I think that I can pull, yeah, I can pull this off. And I'm wondering if I should try to use this as like part of the decoration or if that's just going to make it worse. I think I'm gonna say no to this, and I am going to try to make these go all the way around. Wait until I'm like so proud of putting these in and not attaching them with any glue, and then a windstorm comes through and just completely destroys this thing. Okay, not too bad, and that hardly took me any time either. I found these little sticks in my fall stuff. These came from our daylilies. They're just a little bit scraggly. I think I'm gonna try to stick some into this just to give it a little bit more filled out appearance. I feel like this is looking kind of bare. So I think that these sticks have really helped just make it look a lot more full and intentional. Also, good news, the glue is starting to dry, like all that crumbly, awful glue. It's looking better. Not perfect, but better. We are here, it's the next day. Y'all, I couldn't do any more last night, okay? We've got our lamp bases that we worked on. I am not gonna be going into town for another couple days, so I'm just gonna put these in our room polyurethaned, but I figured I would just show them to you the way that they are now. You guys can see where this glue dried. When I go over it, the dirt will not be as apparent as it is currently. It'll get a lot more subtle. Anyway, I thought that I would give you guys the satisfying experience of me taking the tape off of the bottoms, and then we're gonna go put them in our room. Okay, y'all, well, I'm gonna show you a quick little clip of what these look like before, just to give you a reminder, and then a look at them now. I am so happy with the results, even with our weirdness going on right here. I think that these look so cool. I'm gonna go ahead, let's put them in the bedroom, and I'll show you guys a before and after there too. Oh, I'm so happy with these. I feel like they look so much better than the other ones. All right, next, I am going to attempt to get this big old painting up on this wall right here. I got some command strips, which y'all know that I have kind of bad experience with command strips, but I got these hooks. I'm hoping that this will do the trick. They say that they hold 4 pounds each, and I don't think that this painting weighs 8 pounds, but we're gonna try 2. We're gonna help the baby, and then we're gonna try 2 of these. So I picked up the clear ones. I know that it's not gonna look like nice, but honestly, it's the only option that I think I have at this point. So I'm gonna try to hang them even with each other. I just leveled my measurements and made sure it's all good. And hopefully if I have these evenly spaced, I should be able to set it on top of them. I found this really pretty ribbon down in our basement. It's kind of like a orangey, goldish, brownish color. So I was kind of hoping for like a sagey green or something like that, but I didn't have any. So we're gonna go ahead and go with this one. I always like to cut my ribbons long so that the kind of the tails of the bow hang down into like the center of the wreath. Hi, how was your day?
Hi.
Good morning. Good morning. So now we are going to dive into the fall bin. All right, here it is in all of its glory. Let's go ahead and get this set up around the house. So it's officially been over an hour, and I'm gonna go ahead and try and see how this works. You wanna see if it works? Somebody just woke up from her nap in a swimsuit. You wanna help me today?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Are you putting that up?
Yeah.
Up there?
Yep. Okay.
Make it
There it is. It's staying. Listen, y'all, I think that this is the best that we're gonna do. So we're just gonna keep moving forward with this. And of course, right as we're getting ready to start decorating, somebody's waking up and she's a little cranky.
And it's the little girl. She's tired.
Okay, y'all, so for our mantle last year, we went all out. I'll link my video here. It actually got a ton of views. Apparently people love fall mantles. We have some kind of leftover stuff from summer. I put in that wheat yesterday and I took some stuff away. I used to like put all this stuff on my mantle, but I'm really enjoying it being a little bit more simplified. I am struggling, people, to not over decorate because I love decorating our home. I love like making little vignettes, but sometimes it can just be a lot. So I'm gonna try to scale back, and I'm just gonna bring this little pot that I have. I think these are called bean pots. And then I said I wasn't going to use these purple flowers, but I still feel like they look so good for fall. So if you wanna help me put it on there, we'll put it right there. I think that looks good. Oh no! Okay, well, this is the story of having my 3-year-old help me. For the rest of the mantle, I literally think the only thing that I'm gonna bring in this year is these, I can't remember, y'all said they're not brass, is it tin or aluminum? Pheasants. So I'm just gonna set these on here and that's literally all I'm gonna do.
Yeah, this big one.
Wow. Y'all, I heard a crash.
Can I hold one of them? Like one of them? I'm back. Do you want other ice cream?
Okay. Hey, where did we just show up to?
To the pumpkin store.
The pumpkin store. We are back at Markman's, which is a farm that's in the Omaha area, and they have the most beautiful pumpkins and they are so affordable. So we're gonna go ahead and pick out some of those. It's just Ivy and Lily and I today. Okay. What's in there? Oh my goodness, how cool. Like that one?
It's not bloody.
Okay, so we just checked out and I got this, I think it's called Maze. I always forget the name of it, but it's like this. And then all of these pumpkins, and all together it was $34, so it was not too bad. But you can go out into the fields and pick gourds and stuff for free, but y'all, I just don't think I have it in me today.
I don't touch the pumpkins and put them inside.
Yeah?
Yeah, but that's okay. 1 second. I might have that.
You want to set this on the other side right there? It's kind of heavy. You got it?
Here.
Good job.
No way. I saw something. Look.
See, it's a little flower.
Where are you going to put the little one? Well, with my pumpkin, I choose. But Mom, did you pay for this?
I can for these.
I paid for mine. I can do this one.
Okay.
Could you pay for these ones?
Yeah, I did.
Right here. Right there. You know what I can do?
What?
Put it extra. Look.
Yeah, cute. Is that cute?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Well, hello and welcome to our home. I'm so glad you're here today because we are going to be doing a fall home tour, and I decided to do like a guided one this time. Come on in, check it out. I've been working all morning on cleaning this place up, so let's go. All right, so let's get started right here on my desk. For those of you who don't know, this is my desk that I work at like literally a million hours a week. But on it, I just decided to bring in some like really natural fall decor. I've honestly tried to kind of cool it on the fake pumpkins. This is one of only a few that I have. I would like to decorate with some real pumpkins, but honestly, I just have not been into town. I've got real ones on the front porch and that's all I need at this point. I saw this like literally on the side of the road and I had to run over and just like break it off of the branch that it was on. So pretty, so organic, and it brings a little bit of height to this area. I'm not 100% sure what type of plant this is, but if you guys know, please let me know in the comments because it dries so beautifully. The rest of what I have over here is just these little dried corns that I've had for years. I don't even remember where I got them. And then just this little ceramic quail, and that's it, y'all. I know I talked about this before, but I am really trying to like scale back on my decor. And this is really hard for me because we are actually at the point where everything that I own, I love. A lot of it is like organic or antique or made of really nice materials. But you know how it is, once you have enough, if you keep accumulating, you're gonna wind up with a ton of stuff and it's just gonna look cluttered. And so we're trying to be really intentional with what we bring into our home and how we decorate. This vignette right here. This is one of my favorite pieces that we own. It's an antique chair with this Kilim pillow that I got from the Goodwill outlet and this antique lamp that I got at Goodwill for $3.99. Y'all can see here that I collected a bunch of dried gourds. These I got in a pillow sack last year at a garage sale, and I got them all for $4. They're really beautiful. Right now there's kind of a lot of light shining on them, but I'll show you guys a close-up of these and just how pretty they are. They're each so unique and gorgeous. I know I need to clean them up, and I said that I was going to last year, and I'm not even saying that I'm going to this year because I'm not going to. I finally got this dang picture after like 10 failed attempts. I finally was able to get it up with some clear, oh no. Y'all, I set her down for a second and she needs me. But after a million failed attempts, I finally got it up with some command clear, like 5-pound hooks, but then I had to put 15-pound Velcro on the back of them. And y'all, somehow it finally worked. But I love how the technique worked that I did in my last video where I tried to like antique it. It's made it a little bit darker and a little bit browner. I feel like it fits so much better in with the other paintings in this room. I'm really happy, honestly, that it's up on the wall. I'm happy that we have anything on this wall that we cannot nail into. And then behind me is this beautiful vase that I DIY'd last year. I can link that video as well, with the foliage that I got from Hobby Lobby this year. I really feel like this is my color scheme that you are going to be seeing throughout the entire house. So you may be asking yourself, if this is a fall tour, then where is all of the orange? Orange is like this stereotypical fall color. And if I'm being honest with you, the reason why I don't do a lot of orange, first of all, is because orange is not my favorite color. But second is because we have so much orange in this house. Like, this hutch is super orange. Our floors are very orangish, reddish. Honestly, I didn't do it on purpose, but for some reason, all of the pieces in our home that I picked out because they were antiques and because I loved the shape of them, a lot of them are a little bit orangey. And you know, I would love to refinish a lot of these in the future, but you know, literally, I just had a baby. We've got 4 little kids right now, and that's not as easy as you might think it is. So just to give you guys an idea of the color scheme that I want to go with, here's a little orange. But I'm mostly sticking to just kind of like neutrals and sages and kind of like, I'm going for more like late September, early October fall, as opposed to like late October, early November fall, if that makes sense. All right, so up here I have this cute little pumpkin that is made out of dried leaves. I told you guys that I'm not huge on faux pumpkins, but when it is like very obviously made out of like a natural material, I do like this. I've got a few of these like dollar little pumpkins that were from Target, gosh, I don't even know, years and years ago. I've got a couple of brass candles. These are such awesome candles. I got these maybe 2 years ago, and they are covered in wax, and so they look really realistic. Right now in the daytime, it's a little bit more obvious that they're fake, but at night, they're actually pretty convincing. And as y'all can see, I have this new print that I picked up for $15 up here. I am loving how it's looking in this room. And then I brought in this like little Indian brass lamp, I think it is. I think that this is where the wick is supposed to go, right here. And then just like an antique, it's probably like an alcohol bottle. It says 1776 on it. And then I have this beautiful crock that I found at Junk Stock last year. And I filled it with this wheat that I found this year at Home Goods. So there's a few little rogue pieces in here, but you know, whatever. All together, I thought it looked pretty good. Okay, moving on from over here, I'm gonna bring y'all over to our hutch. Now, hear me out. I did not decorate this on camera. This could be a whole video in itself, just of me like curating and re-curating. I do this thing where I don't love to look at how I decorated in seasons past, just because I want to be able to come at each season with like a fresh perspective and not be like super influenced by what I have done before. So let me show you guys what I ended up with in here. Okay, before I go too far, I do have these little wreaths that I got from Hobby Lobby. I got them on sale for like 70 or 90% off. I can't remember. It was like at the end of fall, maybe 2 years ago. And then I just attached some of this pretty like sage green ribbon on it. And then in here is the real stuff. I'll start up here though. We just have our ZZ plant that we always have. I had this dried gourd up here that was part of this grouping. And then I have this cool book, the Vitalogy illustrated book that you guys told me is actually worth like a pretty good amount of money. I've got the Whistler's Mother up here, which I love. And then I filled this with all of these beautiful dried hydrangeas from our neighbor. I tucked in a few faux cosmos, and then again this little plant up here, which I really need some help identifying. I don't know what it is, but it's so beautiful. And then coming down into here, I just tried to stick with very neutral colors. And this time of year, I do love to bring in our little taxidermy pieces. I've got this alligator. I know you guys love him and he's not controversial at all. Everyone loves him. Nobody hates him, obviously. Y'all lit up the comments last year about our taxidermy. But again, I have more of these little Target pumpkins, a little whiskey bottle. I got this at an antique store in Nixa, Missouri last year, another Indian lamp. And then I've got this lovely transferware. Let me remind myself what this one is called. It is Johnson Brothers Historic America 2, made in England. It's the Capitol Building, Washington, D.C. This is the only one like this that I have. Everything else is this other pattern here. So I have a couple of classics books, this beautiful brass, I think it's a candlestick, but unfortunately you can see that there's wax in there. I cannot get candles to stay in here. They just fall right out. I've got my coyote skull. Again, not controversial at all. Then bringing down here, I just have some flower frogs. And can somebody tell me what this is? Like, what kind of plant is this? I thought it was so beautiful and appropriate for fall, but I have no idea what it is. And then here is my transferware that I keep out for fall and winter time. This is the Old English Countryside, made in England by Johnson Brothers. So this actually looks like it could be vintage or antique, whereas these I'm not sure if they are. Bringing it over, I have some old ironstone dishes. I love these patty wax apothecary candles. Then down here I just have some dishware, our old antique family Bibles from the early 1900s, some more ironstone, and then this kind of like fairy glass type amber glass serving ware, and a couple of heads that Josh's grandma got when she traveled overseas. So anyway, this is our fall hutch. Sometimes I wish I could leave it open because I feel like you never really get to fully experience it when the doors are closed, but even so, it's fun to do. And there she is in all of her glory. Next, I'm gonna bring y'all into our kitchen area. Because it's such a working kitchen, I don't always bring a ton of like fall stuff into here, but I'll show you what I do have. As you guys can see, we have our brand new antique table that we brought in with all of our antique chairs as well. I never got around to staining these. I probably won't for the foreseeable future. We're just gonna have mismatched chairs for the time being. Y'all know that we have apples year round in the middle of our table because Ruby is obsessed. Literally every time you see her in my videos, she has an apple in her hand or in her mouth. And then I clipped off some of the last of our cosmos. We planted tons of white cosmos this year. And I'm just so sad to see them go. Here I have my apple butter candle that I have been burning all season long. You guys know how much I love Antique Candle Company. I've got multiple of their candles burning around here right now, and the mixture of all of their scents is absolutely heavenly. And this isn't even all of these, but here are my coffee mugs that y'all know that I am so proud of. And I just brought out all of my harvest themed color ones. I've got pheasants, quails, all that good stuff. Just, you know, fall foliage, everything. I am obsessed with fall themed coffee mugs and like handmade, hand thrown pottery. Oh, I actually just got this one too, which I thought I would show you guys. Isn't that so pretty? I thought I would put it up here. Oh, baby. Oh, what?
Mountain Dew and okay.
Thank you.
Oh, thank
this
you.
is so sweet. Hi, you want some? You can't have any of this. You stinker. No way. Okay, y'all, Josh just brought me flowers because I've had a really hard day. Babe, you're so nice. And a Mountain Dew because apparently I'm a mountain person.
I think a little bit.
You drink a little bit? Up here I have my dried flowers and then also these ironstone dishes that replace the blue ones that I had before. I have a fall color. It's kind of like a brownish oranges color and white woven hand towel. And then I have our brown little dusters and then this cute amber glass jar that I found with just some sprigs of rosemary in it. Are you trying to drink my drink?
I just a little bit.
Just a little bit?
Yeah.
You drank my drink?
Yeah. This flavor.
You're such a stinker.
Also has pineapple in
It
it.
has pineapple in it?
And watermelon.
Ooh, yum.
Does that sound good?
And then coming into our little bathroom, I kept it pretty simple up in here. Simple. Maybe this isn't as simple as I was thinking it was gonna be. So basically I brought this piece that I showed you guys in earlier videos that I didn't know what to do with. I just stuck it in here kind of as a little faux plant. This I did have up in the kitchen, but it wasn't as fall as I was hoping for, so I brought it in here. Not that it necessarily helps. And did I show y'all? No, 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 no. Oh. Y'all, I'm so sad. Oh, this is what I get for doing YouTube. Well, there's that. Yeah, so here's my new vase that I got. I can't believe that, of course. And then our little brass pot that I use to hide random cords and stuff. And then, yeah, just some amber bottles back here. This keeps all of our cotton balls. And yeah, here's my little fall vignette, people. I'm telling y'all, this is just the story of my life. Ugh. Always breaking things, always falling down, always getting hurt. Okay, but if y'all wanted some orange in your life, Josh is your man. I told you, he always gets me Sam's Club flowers, and I'm so grateful for him. He's such a sweetie. All right, well, next we are going to head into our living room. This has probably changed more this year than any other room. I feel like it is completely different than it was last year. So let me show you around. So y'all know that I went a little crazy with pillows this year, and I've even changed them since I showed you in my last video. I had a super patterned one here that I wound up switching out for a more neutral one. Y'all, I don't know what's up with me. I'm really trying to be better about integrating like different textures and patterns, but sometimes I go overboard and I need to reel it in, bring it back. And so I did wind up bringing this one in instead. This is also a Kilim pillow. I actually bought this one for more like springtime, but I felt like it looked really nice with these pillows that I have. Y'all, I need to get you in some better lighting. As you guys can see, these are just so beautiful. Here is this gorgeous pattern that I was telling y'all about that I just love so much, paired with this Kilim pillow back here. I think I'm actually going to wind up using these for fall all the way through winter, because I feel like this would go really nicely with either season. So listen, we love a transitional piece. Here is this other one that I was showing you. Does the pattern look familiar? I'm obsessed with this block pattern. I will link these. I also got this recently. It's like the Daughters of India dupe. So it looks very similar, but it is much cheaper. I'll also link this below. And then I have like my Kilim grain sack pillow. I don't know if it's a grain sack, but it kind of looks like a grain sack. And then this guy as well. This one I'm still not 100% sure if I'm in love with it the way that I am this one over here. So I know I told you guys that this guy is probably my favorite pillow that I got. Don't ask me why. I don't know why it's my favorite, but it just is. It is so cute and perfect on our antique chair here. Y'all, would you call this a Windsor? Is this a Windsor? I'm gonna close this door. Lily fell asleep and I do not want to wake her up. Okay, so heading over to the fireplace, I did wind up bringing these little purple flowers and this bean pot over here. I know that it's not like the most fall thing ever, but I feel like dried flowers are pretty appropriate. And you guys, don't judge me, but I'm actually considering doing something different around our fireplace. I feel like it's not quite fitting the time period that I'm going for, and I don't know if I love all of this stark white. The paint on it is already like in really bad condition, and so it probably needs to be painted anyway, but I don't know. I'm pondering ways that I could change it and make it look better. Over here, I brought in these pheasants that I love so much. I have brought these in and integrated them with other decor in the past, but I honestly just loved how they looked on their own. Sometimes I feel like when I love something so much and I try to fit it in with a million other things, it winds up just getting lost in the mix. And so this year, like I said, I'm really trying to pull things back and just be a little bit more understated with my decor and not just go all over the top. Here I have my pumpkin apple candle that I love so much. Another one of these little Target pumpkins, and then some little orangey books for you orange lovers. And then I have all of our little candles lit here. I did find these half-size ones that I actually prefer almost to the full size like tall candles that we have over here. I think the varying sizes really help with making them look a little bit more realistic. Like these look like they're burned down a little bit. They don't have the waxy outside like the tall ones do. They're not quite as nice quality, but I feel like you can't really tell the difference all that much. So I will link both of these below. And then I'll give you guys just kind of an overview of what our living room is looking like for fall. I'm really liking this composition. And then over in here, we've just got this new basket that I got from the garage sale with an antique book, this little ceramic piece that I got from my grandma's home, and then this little Kilim coaster under here that I got for free from the companies that sent us those pillows, this beautiful hand done pottery that holds all of our other coasters, and then this crock which I wound up getting from a neighbor who gave it to me for like just a few dollars. And then I just threw some dried eucalyptus into this. I tried my best to decorate with as many real plants as possible this year. I've got that. I've got this real wheat here. I've got these dried flowers here, and then like the hydrangeas and the wheat over here as well. But obviously I like using faux plants as well. So I feel like the real always looks better, but it's nice to have the faux because you can use them year. Y'all, I am just now noticing that after Josh came home, listen, he kissed me real good and my lipstick is gone. So I'm gonna reapply it really quick and then we'll keep going. Okay, better. I feel like I need some like purpley tones to kind of offset the greenish, yellowish tones of this dress. Anyway, what I was saying is that I love using the faux foliage kind of mixed in, like just like over here, just because obviously, like I said, we have rodent problems in our house and the mice come and try to eat all my stuff. So at least I know that the faux stuff, that they're not going to be eating that each year. I also realized that I never cleaned up. So here is our dresser. Listen, I can be a messy girl sometimes. Over here, I just have a little photo of us on some antique books, another one of these little short candles in my brass candlestick holder, and then this photo that I moved from over our TV, and I actually am loving it right here. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it. Here is all of my fall bedding that I also am absolutely loving. I think that Josh is really liking the change too, from having like a full-on down comforter all the time to just one of these really thick quilts. Y'all, I cannot recommend this quilt enough. And then this beautiful cantha quilt at the bottom. Again, we're like block print on block print on block print, y'all. It's a lot of block print. I've gone maybe a little bit overboard. Anyway, yeah, this kind of does it for our room. But man, I feel like our whole home has just changed a lot lately. Here's these lamps that I DIY'd in last week's video. I think that they are looking so beautiful and so much more appropriate than the blue lamps that we had here before. I'm so thankful that our house is like finally decorated and just feeling so homey and ready for fall, ready to have people over, ready for fall, ready to have people over. We're planning on hosting some friends here for a few days soon. We're gonna have a big costume party here at the end of the month. I am so excited. If you liked today's video, please give me a thumbs up. That lets me know that you are enjoying this and that this is something that you're interested in. If you guys like this kind of content, I would love to keep creating it for you. If you guys are new, please let me know below as well. I would love to say hi. All right, everybody. Well, I don't know why I decided to hold this for the end of the video, but I'm just obsessed with these colors, you guys. This is it. This is everything. This is all that I want. I just want it to be fall forever. Okay, I'm gonna slowly back away and put this back, but we'll see you guys next time. Bye.